Hey, it's Drew Bentley here with Learn Guitar with Drew. And today we're going to take a look at the caged system. This is like lesson 4 in the series of how to do it in string groupings. This is really kind of an awesome thing to do. But first, thank you so much for checking out the video. My name is Drew Bentley. The channel is Learn Guitar with Drew. Please hit that subscribe button if you find value and click the bell for notifications. I thank you for supporting me. And in the comment section down below, you'll find links to my websites and all kinds of other guitar resources. Okay, so we've all played that song a billion times in weddings or maybe in front of crowds of people. Every time you're playing in a situation where you're playing live music, somebody wants to hear Brown Eyed Girl. It's a pretty good song, obviously, but sometimes it may get a little boring just to play these basic cowboy chords. Now, if you're playing the cowboy chords as a solo acoustic player, you have to stay home and kind of keep the rhythm, stay there. But if you're playing with any sort of ensemble, maybe you want to move the chords up and down the neck, and that's kind of where this cage system thing comes in one aspect. Okay, so when I was doing a little intro there, I was playing a bunch of different forms of the same chords, playing Brown Eyed Girl, which is what I generally do when I'm playing at a wedding or something, so that I don't just, kind of nod off. So anyways, great song though. I'm not knocking the song. It's fantastic. So we have 5 string groupings we're going to apply here, and they're all 4 strings. Now you may ask yourself, why are we doing 4 strings when we're playing triads? Because a triad is 3 notes, like the basic chord is 3 notes. These string groupings will also apply to your 7th chords. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. It's a secondary categorization that superimposes and kind of combines with the caged system and creates this sort of lattice work of the way things go together. So this string grouping thing is huge. It's also very important to learn this and to maybe operate out of the string grouping system. So the bottom 4 strings, 6, 5, 4, 3, is 1 string grouping. And then we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 4, 3, 2, 1. We also have something where we skip the A string and we go 6, 4, 3, 2. Skip the D string, 5, 3, 2, 1. So these guys are called drop 3 voicings, by the way, but that's for a different day. So if you have a spillover, if I play these chords, these strings, and then I have this one on top, which would be a 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's still a 6, 4, 3, 2 with an extra add-on on the top. At least in my mind it is. So I have these 5 groupings, and then there's built-in redundancy, like this is an octave, so root, 3rd, 5th, root. That's okay too. Just think in the terms of these 4 strings. So when you're doing your caged system forms, we can make those work in these string groupings. Now we're really dialing this in. So if you haven't seen these videos yet on the cage system, go back and take a look at them and come back, or you can just kind of hang out now and go back and look later. But all this stuff is in the videos before this. And also you may want to take a look at the notes in the fretboard videos too, if you're not quite exactly sure how I'm arriving at these chords so quickly. That stuff's all here on the channel already. So this is our C and a C form, a C and an A form. Now if I look at this as string grouping 5, 4, 3, 2, I play our basic chord. Remember, our power chord is only 3 strings. The chord's 4 strings. And then the 6th chord is up there. That's different altogether. Now I can do the string grouping of 5, 4, 3, 2. I could do 6, 5, 4, 3 and put the 5th in the bass. I could do this, if I take your A chord like this and move it up here, which would be 4, 3, 2, 1. A looks like this, up here. So this is a good one too. This is used for like Led Zeppelin when it goes for Stairway to Heaven. That's this guy. Or like that sort of sound here. But remember, you don't have to play 4 strings. You can do 3 strings as well. That's probably a different lesson too. But there's a lot of really cool hooks you can do with only 3 strings with the cage system. You can create some really great guitar hooks out of this. So the C form, the first one we're looking at closely here is the A form. 5, 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or just 3, 2, 1. But 4, 3, 2, 1 in our string groupings today. Next form is the G form of C. C, C sharp, A, A sharp, sorry, G, G sharp, A, A sharp, B, C. So we have the string grouping of 6, 5, 4, 3. Looks like this. You can see it. And And then we have these middle 4 strings. This is a really cool shape. It's one of my favorite things on guitar, actually, because right here, the major pentatonic scale is housed right in the middle of this. So I go. So much stuff right here, like light, you know. It's all right there. And this string grouping of 5, 4, 3, 2. That's the G chord there. This is, see that? This guy's a little weirder. There's G here. I'm not going to bar the D string because I'm going to do this. Looks like this. So this is 5, 3, 2, 1. String grouping. So far we have A being this, or this, or this. That's the A form of C. Here's the G form of C. Bottom 4 strings. Middle 4 strings. Top 4 strings. Next is the E form. Okay, so bottom 4 strings. Look at your power chord. This kind of thing up here like this. 6, 5, 4, 3. This guy, 5, 4, 3, 2 is one of my favorite chord forms in the whole world. This is your F over C kind of thing. It's basically a bar chord, but you don't have to bar all the string. If you're playing all night long, you're playing a gig for a really long time throughout the night. Kind of thing with the thumb down here. This is so much more comfortable throughout the day. Anyways, so we're doing C, the bottom 4 strings, middle 4 strings, or the top 4 strings looks like an F. So we have this, this, this. So there's different options. You can do different options of these string groupings. Okay, next one is D. So we look at our D chord, look like this, we do this, and then the neck. Up here is your top 4 strings, 4, 3, 2, 1 of the D. That's like your, that's capoed. The other option is to do this, like the D over F sharp looks like this, all the way up here like this. Okay, so that's your 6, 4, 3, 2 form of the C chord. And then the C chord itself, you have C, bottom 4 strings, middle 4 strings, or the bottom 4 strings would be like this. Okay, so let's go over all these again. We have the A form first. We're going from C. We can put the 5th in the bass. First finger's on A3, third finger's D5, and G5, and B5. So it's either the bottom 4, 6, 4, 3, 2. Middle 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, or the top 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, which is from this shape. Next is G. We could do 6, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2, 1. Or we can do the E's. We have an E like this. So we're going to do it like this for the C chord. It's like just your basic power chord kind of thing. Well, the power chord's 3 strings. It'd be a basic E form. This guy's here. That's 4 on C. And then the top one is going to be like an F shape, like this. The last is D. There's D. Top 4 strings. Or skip the A string. It's like whenever you go like when we do this D over F sharp thing like this. It's the same thing as this up here. Like so, like this is that form right there. Okay, so then what are we going to do with this stuff? Well, if we play Brown Eyed Girl again, now we're going to go, instead of playing G, C, G, D, we can go G, C, G, D. We can go G like this. That's the D form. Now you can see it. D form of G with the third of the bass. Here's C in a G form, 6, 5, 4, 3. Voicing. There's G with the D in the bass again, and then we're going to play this D chord as a 5, 4, 3, 2 form. This is what I did at the intro of the video. You can see this now, hopefully. There's a C form of G, 5, 4, 3, 2. Here's the 4, 3, 2, 1 of C, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 6, 5, 4, 3 of the D chord. Let's do it like this time. Here's your little baby G chord, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then there's a C, we're going to do it like this, or like this, G, D, back to G again. So you can move the caged system with these string groupings, and it becomes so incredibly useful. The same thing applies to the minor chords as well, which is a lesson before this one. Now we're going to take some songs, some basic songs, or maybe even more, not basic songs, and start utilizing the cage system to apply it to things you already know. And also we can take a look at maybe songs you do know that have caged chords in them. You can start to recognize them now. Say, oh, that's an E minor. Oh, I see, that's a C, that's a D. You can see it in the songs you already know. Once you learn the cage system, you can go kind of a retro fashion and recognize it in the things you can already play. These chord forms are used in tons of guitar hooks. All kinds of cool hooks of famous songs have these cage forms in them. The scales move through them. If you're thinking vertically, anyways, from north to south, there's also the whole horizontal and diagonal aspect too, where we can do hybrid cage forms. That's even cooler. That's coming up too. But right now we're just taking a look at the string groupings. You can see that we can break these caged forms into specific string groupings. So the bottom 4, middle 4, top 4, skip the A string or skip the D string. And now we're able to implement even more options of moving the caged system up and down the guitar neck. So we'll do a couple lessons with these string groupings, moving some songs around to get more of a handle on how to do this as we move forward through this kind of caged world we're living in. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed the lesson. Thanks so much for checking it out. If you got value, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. I really do appreciate supporting the channel. And in the comment section down below, there's lots of resources for things that do guitar lessons. There's original music, links, and things like that. So, all right, thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you at the next lesson.